Okay, last time I believe we were doing an octopus encounter. Of course, we have this text on it and I can only imagine what would happen next. No, the skies are practically clear today. I think it's much worse. Indeed, it is very, very much worse. I carefully take another look at the shore, making sure to stay well behind the rock shelter. Etchy. Okay, so by the looks of it, the slime is dissolving her clothes, and convenient slime is conveniently placed. It's raining slime. A good amount of the vile ooze continues to coat the beach. All that remains of what was once a giant creature. Huh? I thought it would have put up a bigger fight. And at the center of the mess is a very traumatized Hikari, coated in a great deal of the stuff. The slime around her gave off a violent sizzle. Thankfully it doesn't seem strong enough to cause any real harm, but it ate away a good portion of her outfit. It's really not a pretty sight. I can't see too much hentai to know where this is going. She says nothing. She doesn't even move. She's seized up completely under the foul substance, only occasionally blinking as the situation soaks in. Literally. The ray of sign finally comes to an end, making it safe to step out. Though, I have to be careful not to step into any of the slime. I don't know how to pronounce that. I can't even begin to imagine how Hikari must be feeling. Hikari, are you? But her shoulders are visibly shaking. Uh-oh. The world might have survived the trash slime, but it looks like we might have someone else that's about to go on a rampage. Well, considering that the slime conveniently dissolved her top and what appears to be her underwear. Sayaka chirps as she slinks from behind the rock too, a grin across her face. Oh god, that's just mean. Aha! Sayaka clicks her tongue and it evades and slime across the sand as she approaches her partner, still bearing the same smug look. But you're the one who shot at it! Wait, something doesn't make sense. Sayaka? If you knew this was going to happen, why didn't you stop her? Her smile suddenly looks at all more devious. This girl is pure evil. Hikari lets out a groan as she attempts to pry herself free of the sticky substance that clings to her skin. Be strong, Hikari! Our fight at the beach comes to a rather abrupt and messy end, thanks to the unwanted guests having crashed the party. Naturally, we couldn't just leave the slime there as it was, so several more hours were spent in cleaning it up to make the beach safer. It wasn't a fun job at all. In fact, I think some of the slime must have still had some semblance of sentience to it, as it stubbornly fought back against my best efforts to sweep it back into the ocean. You're trying to sweep it from sand. Oh my god. Man, I can't believe I had to spend the good part of the day off sweeping a good goop off the beach. I can't blame Sayaka though. It's not like she knew this was going to happen when she came up with the idea. But her insistence on watching Hikari make a mess of things didn't help matters. We trod through the streets, the day well and truly gone. The sun sinks in the horizon, basking the world in a hazy orange glow. Why is it showing it's night? Nobody says anything, and I can always see an exhausted face to either side of me. All the fuss at the beach really took it out on us. I don't think Hikari has ever said more than a few words since she was first covered in slime. Despite the exhaustion, both of them still seem to be on guard. Their eyes ever felt scary over the shadows as we continue on. Right. So far with each walk home, Yuzuki has ambushed us. That deranged dark angel. It would only make sense if she were to swoop in while we were exhausted like this. It'd be an easy win. I don't even know if the girls have it in them to fight at the moment. But nothing attacked us. No magical from the shadows. No more monsters striking from the darkness. Just nothing. It's been hard to believe that after all the efforts she had went through in the past nights, she would simply just let us go this time around. Unless she's deliberately trying to get us to lower our guard at a time further up ahead. Ugh. I'm getting paranoid now. At the very least, I haven't had any more headaches since the slime at the beach. Usually they're the most intense when I'm confronted by Yuzuki, for whatever reason. I'll trust my head. Okay, good plan. It seems to be the most reliable thing when it comes to these otherworldly encounters. We make it home, not a single dark angel in sight. I part ways with the girls with a lazy wave and a grunt, both of them responding with about the same level of enthusiasm. I think we all just want to pretend today didn't happen. Well, mostly Hikari. I somehow get the feeling she's probably the one to remember it the most, however. The rest of the evening is a blur. I think I eat dinner at some point, and maybe laze around the couch for a while, watch a show I can't really remember about, before finally crashing for the night. As I'm dragged into my dreams, I get the feeling that something terrible is lurking within them. Something I shouldn't ignore. But all I know is that I won't remember any of this the moment I wake up. Darkness to light. Morning arrives. Again. My head is killing me. Again. I'm going to bed earlier each night, yet somehow I feel more and more like garbage each time I wake up. I don't get it. The only difference today is that the usual cheery rays of the morning sun are nowhere to be seen. Again, bad translation, because I keep inserting words because my brain wants to make it flow in a certain way. In their place is the heavy sound of rain hammering against the window. Pulling back the curtains, today looks to be a gloomy day. Gray skies overhead cast a depressing shadow on the town below, the torrential downpour showing no signs of stopping anytime soon. Great! Hey, I sure think it's great. I like the rain, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Unfortunately, I'm still stuck in the desert. Sad face. And I have to get out of this weather at all. It's not going to be fun today, that much I can already tell. I stretch and let out a drawn-out yawn before I stagger towards the bathroom. Wait. My hand hovers over the handle as I'm just about to stop myself from carelessly swinging the door open. That was a close one. I need to approach the situation carefully. Too many mistakes have been made before. I've been lucky to escape my life before, but they might not be so forgiving a second time. Okay, deep breaths. I can do this. I thump the door a good several times with the back of my fist. Hello? Anyone in there? No response. But I've been fooled before. This proves nothing. I bang on the door again, even louder than the previous time. Nothing. Surely someone would have heard that if they were on the other side, which means it might be safe. I bring the door open a crack, just a little to peer through. So far so good. I continue to open the door just a little more and a little more until I see it. A most wondrous sight takes my breath away. It's so beautiful. It's enough to move a man to tears. The bathroom is actually empty for once. Oh god, this is great. This is great comedy. I don't know why I'm starting to sound stuffy. This is weird. Anyway, let's push forward. No wacky misunderstandings, no awkward stares. I can actually just be free to use the bathroom today without the threat of being torn apart. I waste no time in slipping inside and firmly locking the door. I even double, triple check the lock, something they should have been doing too, but always forgot. After a peaceful shower, I make my way down to the kitchen where Hikari and Sayaka are waiting for me. Hikari gazes out the window, a look of disgust across her face. With the laundry list of her things that annoy her, I guess it's no surprise she hates rain too. Okay, for any confusion, in Japan, they have school 6 days a week and Saturday is their off day. Just for anybody who's confused out there. Sayaka grins dangerously as something sparkles in her eyes. Uh-oh. She went there. She tries her best to suppress a giggle but fails, her laughter soon rocking the house. Conversely, Hikari is less than amused. Flustered, Hikari stomps a foot towards her mischievous partner. We haven't even reached school yet, and they're already arguing. I think that's a new record. Oh, shots fired! A joke, you say? Realizing I'm indeed still in the room, Hikari cuts herself short and clamps up. Aww. I guess I'll never be able to hear out this whole school of theirs. The magic one that taught them all they know. No, 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 no. No! Absolutely not. I don't need to. If I've watched you step foot into the kitchen in any way, shape, or form, I already know my answer. Nope. No! Yeah, I'm not letting her or Hikari get anywhere near the kitchen again. Even if they do somehow manage to leave the kitchen standing, I'm sure whatever monstrosity they concoct would be more damage to me than any monster lurking out there. Sayaka heaves a dramatic sigh, pursing her lips into a pout and give a look that suggests I've been nothing but a massive disappointment to her. Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. It doesn't last long, though, but before her usual cheery expression takes over again. I think it must be impossible to truly upset this girl. Right. After that little dose of excitement for the morning, I quickly prepared a meal for the three of us before we set out into the town and braved the storm. The rain shows no sign of letting up, yet it looks like a clear day in this panel. This just shows how cheap Sakura titles are! Again, don't buy Sakura titles! It is a trap for your money! It's hard to believe that the weekend was so bright and cheerful as it was, then dark clouds have completely eclipsed the sun overhead now. We have nothing but flimsy umbrellas to defend ourselves with that just barely hold under the immersed downpour. I have my doubts if we'll ever be able to make it to school dry. I'm not really sure if not even sure how it got this bad all of a sudden. If it keeps up throughout the day, we might even have flooding to worry about. I feel a little silly for even have this cross my mind, but I can't help but feel that this is maybe the land laminating in some way. The sign of things to come. Omens. Omens have been a thing for the history of man. Omens are fun, you should look into them. I don't know how I'm even thinking such nonsense, but it won't leave me in my head no matter how hard I try. Looking back up the skies, the clouds seem even more sinister than before. Darkness awaits me again. We make it to school without drowning. That's a very weird sentence to say from pouring rain. Somehow. We enter the classroom. Sayaka shakes herself dry, her hair swishing wildly. Right beside Hikari. So she's Wolverine? She stops and blinks innocently. The last drops water splashing to the ground. I can't tell if she's just playing dumb here or if she really did it by accident. That what makes her so scary sometimes. Hikari huffs and stomps over to her seat with the class just about to start. I follow suit and crumple into my seat with a sigh. What a depressing day it turning out to be. As the teacher showed up and the class begins, I give out one last look at the window. Water streaming so heavily down the glass I can just barely make out what's on the other side. Deep thought with ... The lesson goes on, though with each passing moment, I find it more and more difficult to focus on the subject at hand. The writing on the board blurring into an incomprehensible mess. I can feel it. At the back of my skull, the familiar creeping pain. Why here? I've never had these headaches at school. They usually only crop up when something bad's about to happen. I guess it's not a full-blown headache, so I shouldn't have anything to worry about for now. Is it a warning that something is coming? I don't know what to make of it at all. I hear Sayaka whisper from her seat behind me, a gentle hand on my shoulder. I look to my side and see Hikari giving me an equally worried glance. Did I look that bad? Did I look that... Fail. Bad eyes. Maybe the headaches are affecting me more than I think. More than I thought, you nitwit translators. I nod my head and muster up a faint smile. I can just barely even convince myself I'm fine, but it's enough to make them focus back on the lesson at hand. Lunchtime arrives and I can just barely recollect what I was taught. What subject even was it? Ah, that's not important right now. Must have been history, because history is boring. No, I lied. History's fun. I like all subjects in class when I was in high school. At least now I have the time to collect my thoughts and get a grip on the situation. Having hopped out of her seat, Sayaka skips to the front of my desk and peers down at me with a grin. I blink. It takes me a good second to register that anything has been said to me. Huh? Oh, you guys go ahead. I just have a bit of a headache. Sayaka offers a sympathetic look when I mention the headache. Hikari pops out of nowhere and stifles Sayaka with the hand on her mouth before she begins dragging her out to the class. Aww. Sayaka muffles cry of distress are the last thing I hear before the pair vanish into the corridor. Wait. Headaches? Does that mean she's known I've been having them frequently? And more than likely knows the cause of them? If they knew anything that wasn't lying to me on this bizarre series of recent events, then I really have to chase them down on it. I can't let something as important as this to be slipped under the rug, like everything else they've tried to keep from me. I rise from my desk with a wobble, my legs not quite all there. They should be cafeteria, right? I start for the corridor myself, but someone catches my eye amongst the wave of stones going by. And that's where we'll leave it off this time. Who could have caught his eye? What is the cause of these headaches? Why is it raining? Will I figure out what this magic school of theirs is going to be? Find out next time on Sakura Angels.